Jack.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season, and obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Jones being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Waiting for it back deep, Antonio Callaway. And taken right on the 30. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And nothing much materialized. There on the 1st down run, he'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff for Gibson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a fun...
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
It's a second down run with Sanders. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They run the toss now with Gibson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary run.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Still 15 yards to go, second down. To throw, Huntley. This one left side caught by Gibson. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones looking here for Smith downfield. It got his man complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Sanders toss left side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Huntley to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Here's Huntley. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give running right, Gibson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Huntley, flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Huntley. eluding the pressure right. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. Instead of fourth down, they'll be able to start over now in the red zone.
And field position still has huge value in the NFL. As you said, in the red zone, that really hurts them.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Huntley under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
To throw on 2nd down. Huntley toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Jones on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Lega. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 21 yards there on third down. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll buy some time right. He targets the sideline, and he's got Goddard. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Lega. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Lega, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again?
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Watch 36. 36 the mic. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Huntley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At the 13-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Huntley's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Huntley slings this deep from McLaurin. And oh, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Watch 36 to Mike.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Watch 36 to Mike.
Back to throw. Huntley. This is caught. It's Brown. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Watch 36 to Mike. You.
On first down, Huntley. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Dustin Hopkins for the Washington field goal. A 44-yarder.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
No, check that. We're going Mike 52 right here. Sean Field. Hey, it's our house.
Looking to throw. Huntley. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Check 52 to Mike. Check.
Back to throw. Huntley. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Zach Ertz has it complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
47 to Mike, 47. Check, 47.
Back to throw. Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.
Difensivamente ci sto.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out wide to Humphries. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Gibson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Huntley. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. They'll run. It's Gibson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley.
Ma
And he
dai.
rifles one incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Huntley. Escaping and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Off play action. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamin Davis in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Jones on 3rd down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Spinning away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. And it's the Bucs who have moved out in front in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
A carry for Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. To throw on 2nd down. Huntley. He shakes him off. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Huntley. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. Hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Open man, it's Lega. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Second and 8. operating from the gun. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Non te lo faccio fare.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
36, line 36.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll go again with Gibson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up with the flaws.
No. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jones drops this one down to Gainwell. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Huntley. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Julian Love picks it, and the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia.